Hello friends, welcome to Affairs Cloud. We learn to lead. My name is Vikas. So friends, in this video we'll be discussing the most important questions of the government schemes of January, February and March. The questions are very important, so do watch the video till the end. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, do subscribe, hit the like button and share the link of this video with your friends. But before starting with our video, we have something important to tell you about. We have an app by the name Carriers Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. Once you have downloaded the app, you will open the app and you will see this type of screen. In this, you can go and log in with your Google account, that is your Gmail ID. Then once you have logged in, then you will be moved to this page where you can see a window. If you click on the current affairs section here, then you will be moved to this page. Now this is where magic happens. This is the course where there are two courses provided by us. First, you should know it is of 1 year and 2 years, so choose your course accordingly. What we are providing and what is the reason behind that you should purchase course of current affairs from us, and what are the important details about it. First thing, you should know that we provide you current affairs in both English and Hindi. Okay, also we provide you here current affairs daily. PDFs are provided daily. The important factor here to remember is we are providing PDF to you daily. Okay, that contains question answers of the daily current affairs. They are explained in a much easy way where you can grasp the knowledge and do your revision. Okay, apart from app, we provide you with question answers. Then on every day we provide you 20 question answers quiz, daily 20 questions quiz. So imagine how much it will benefit you in your preparation. Then we provide you same thing for weekly. In weekly we take a quiz of 50 questions. Then question answers of week, we provide you a book. PDF is provided you weekly of the compiled questions of the whole week. Similarly for monthly also, ebook is given, your quizzes are taken, question answers PDF. Then apart from it, we also help you to prepare for banking papers. All the banking exams you can go refer to our videos and our courses here. You can see here that we provide you banking and economic quiz of 157 questions. Okay, then topic wise PDFs are covered. As you can see, we are making videos on indexes and reports, important days, the books and authors, all the events that are taking place in individual months. So these PDFs are provided to you and they will help you a lot in your preparation for journal awareness, your journal studies, as well as for current affairs. Then you can see we also provide you current affairs for state wise current affairs are provided to you. Apart from this, I have a gift for all of my friends here. If you use my code Vikas10, you will be getting a straight 10% discount on the purchase you make. So when you are about to check out and do the payment, just before the payment, you will be getting an option to use the promo code. There you can put the Vikas10, the code, and you will be getting an extra 10% discount on the total purchase you make there. So let's start with our video. The first topic that we'll be discussing is a rocket by the name Stardust 1.0. Stardust is the world's first commercial rocket that will be powered by biofuel. And this Stardust is being built by which company? Blue Shift Aerospace. Alright, so let's look at the important points. Blue Shift Aerospace is the company that is building what? Stardust 1.0. Alright, and this is the world's first commercial rocket that will be powered by biofuel. Alright, this is a green energy. Alright, this is the reason this question is important, because Stardust 1 will be becoming the world's first commercial rocket that will be powered by biofuel. Then another question can be asked, from which location it will be launched? It will be launched from Loring Commerce Center, and this is in Marine, USA. Alright, this was Blue Shift Aerospace. It built Stardust 1. This is a rocket, and this is the world's first commercial rocket that will be powered by biofuel. If we look at the key points regarding it, on January 31st, 2021, United States-based startup Blue Shift Aerospace launched Stardust 1.0 from Loring Commerce Center in Marine, USA. It is the world's first commercial rocket launch powered by biofuel. First commercial rocket launch by biofuel. The solid biofuels used in this launch is non-toxic, carbon neutral and can be sourced from America. It uses nitrous oxide bubbled with oxygen as an oxidizer. Stardust 1 is launch vehicle which is capable of launching tiny nano satellites. Remember about this that it is only 20 feet tall and weighs around 1250 kg. It can carry a maximum payload of 8 kg and the rocket carried 3 payloads during the launch. Alright, so this was your Stardust 1.0. This is built by Blue Shift Aerospace and this is the rocket, the first commercial rocket that will be powered by biofuel. Next. Now we will be talking about a company by the name Skyroot Aerospace. This company is building ISRO to build small rockets. Alright, they recently has signed a non-disclosure agreement regarding which Skyroot Aerospace will be using the expertise, all the devices and the equipments of the ISRO to make them help build small rockets. Alright, we are talking about Skyroot Aerospace. Alright, also an upcoming mission by the name Vikram is being built by them, Vikram 1. Alright, and Skyroot along with ISRO, they are building what? Small rockets. Alright, and they have signed a non-disclosure agreement. If we talk about if we see some key points, Skyroot Aerospace has signed a non-disclosure agreement with ISRO on the behalf of the Department of Space through which Skyroot can use facilities, technical expertise in ISRO's centers for development of their launch vehicle development program. The NDA boosts the Skyroot's perform to launch India's first ever privately designed and developed rocket Vikram 1. Alright, so they will be helping to develop Vikram 1 and Vikram 1 is expected to launch by December 2021. Vikram 1 will be used for launching small satellites by ISRO and other research organizations. Skyroot Aerospace is the second private company after Agnikul Cosmos Private Limited to sign an NDA with ISRO for utilizing its facilities and technical expertise. Actually, it is a good thing that you combine two companies and they work together. The benefit will be more. Alright, so this was your Skyroot Aerospace and they will be teaming up with or signing an NDA, that is non-disclosure agreement with ISRO. Next we'll be looking at Govardhan scheme. Govardhan scheme, the question from this scheme can be asked like which ministry launched the Govardhan scheme? Next question will be asked what is the full form of Govardhan? Alright, so let's look at it. Remember first thing, it was launched by Jal Shakti Ministry. First question, it was launched by Jal Shakti Ministry. Second question, full form of Govardhan. This is the full form, that galvanizing organic bio agro resources dhan. As the name suggests, organic bio agro, that means this is related to your agriculture produce. Alright, so in this scheme, the Union Ministry jointly launched a unified portal of Govardhan to promote galvanizing organic bio resources dhan or the Govardhan scheme. It is an initiative to manage cattle and biodegradable waste and help to enhance farmers' income. This produce can be alright, or this biodegradable waste can help the farmers in their fields to grow vegetables. Alright, so it will also enhance to, or they can sell this produce so that they can earn a little bit for their or an additional income for their family. The portal also help to track real-time progress of the scheme. So remember, the important thing to remember about the particular Govardhan scheme is that it was launched by Jal Shakti Ministry and the full form of Govardhan scheme, that is galvanizing organic bio agro resources dhan. Moving on to next now. Next, we'll be talking about an aircraft by the name Ilyushin 38 SD that has successfully fired the combat anti-ship missile by the name Combat KH-35E. Alright, another thing important to remember about this question is that this whole process of testing this anti-ship missile was carried out during a military exercise by the name Tropex. Alright, Tropex was held in Indian Ocean also. Another thing that remember the full form of Tropex. So many important questions from this particular topic. First of all, the name of the aircraft. Which aircraft carried out the successful test fire of Combat KH-35E? It was Ilyushin 38SD. First question. Alright, see, this is the aircraft seen in the picture, and this is the missile we are talking about, and it is from Indian Navy. Alright, this is from Indian Navy. Next question. Which missile was tested by this aircraft? It was your anti-ship missile. What is the name of the anti-ship missile? It is Combat KH-35E. Alright, then during which mission or during which exercise was this tested? It was tested during Tropex 21. What is the full form of Tropex? If I ask you, it is Theater Level Readiness and Operational Expertise. Alright, 2021 is the year in which it took place. Then remember, Tropex was held in which area? It held in Indian Ocean region. It can also be written as IOR, Indian Ocean region. Tropex 21 took place in Indian Ocean region, and this aircraft Ilyushin 35SD successfully test fired an anti-ship missile by the name Combat KH-35E during this Tropex military exercise that was taking place in Indian Ocean region. If we look at some of the key points, Indian Navy's long-range maritime reconnaissance aircraft Ilyushin 38SD successfully test-fired Combat KH-35E. This is an anti-ship missile, and this took place during Tropex that was carried out in Indian Ocean region. The missile accurately hit the target and sank it. The successful launch underlines Indian Navy's ability to carry out long-range maritime strikes in the Indian Ocean region. Then remember, this aircraft Ilyushin is a maritime patrol and submarine anti-submarine aircraft that is developed by Soviet Union, that is USSR. Then if we talk about Tropex 21, it is a biennial exercise which aims to test the combat readiness of the Navy with the assets of the Air Force and Coastal Guard. Another exercise by the name Sea Vigil 21 was conducted during this time frame, and this was carried before Tropex 21 to build as a build-up. That means first Sea Vigil 21 carried out, and then after that Tropex 21 was carried out. If we talk about Indian Navy CNS, that is Chief of Navy Staff is Admiral Karambir Singh, and if we talk about the headquarters of the Ministry of Defense, it is in New Delhi. So this was your anti-ship missile Combat KH-35E, and this was test fired by Ilyushin 38SD. And another important question becomes, when it was tested? It was tested during Tropex 2021. Next, we'll be talking about a Pakistani missile by the name Ghaznavi. It is a nuclear capable missile. It is surface to surface ballistic missile, and the range is of 290 kilometers. Ghaznavi, it is a Pakistani missile. If we look at the information regarding Ghaznavi, it is nuclear capable. It is surface to surface ballistic missile. Alright, nuclear capable and surface to surface ballistic missile. Range of Ghaznavi is 290 kilometers. These are the questions that you should know, and it is related to Pakistan. Next, if we look at the key points, Pakistan Army Strategic Forces Command successfully test fired the nuclear capable surface to surface ballistic Ghaznavi missile. Ghaznavi has a range of 290 kilometers and can carry both nuclear and conventional warheads. Means it can carry nuclear warheads also, and normal conventional warheads means your normal missiles and your normal weapons also. It was launched by ASFC as a part of annual field training exercise. Next, we'll be talking about a mission of ISRO that will be carrying Brazil's satellite by the name Amazonia 1. Remember, ISRO will be using PSLV C-51 launch vehicle for this particular satellite, and the launch site will be Satish Dhawan Space Center. Amazonia 1. It is a satellite of which country? Brazil. First question. Next question. Who is helping Brazil to take their satellite into space? It is ISRO. Which vessel will be used? PSLV C-51 will be used by the ISRO to take the Amazonia 1 into orbit. Then launch site will be Satish Dhawan Space Center. All right. So if we look at the key points, also remember PSLV is your Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle. Okay. Indian Space Research Organization is set to launch Brazil Amazonians 1 through India's Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle PSLV C-51. This also marks ISRO's first space mission in 2021. The mission includes Amazonia 1 as the primary payload along with 20 other satellites, including 3 developed by Indian grown organization. So during this mission there will be primary payload and secondary payload. The primary payload will be of Amazonia 1 and the secondary payload will be of the combining of 20 satellites, among which 3 satellites will be developed by Indian organization, and their names are satellites names are Anand, Satish Dhawan and Unity Sat satellite. These are developed by Indian organizations. All right, so let's back once again revise it. Amazonia 1 is from Brazil, and this is ISRO is Indian Space Organization, that is ISRO, is helping Amazonia 1 to go into space by Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle C-51, and the launch site will be Satish Dhawan Space Center. All right, then moving on to the next. Next we'll be talking about HAL, that is Hindustan Aeronautics Limited has recently developed the pseudo satellite by the name CATS. I repeat, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited has developed a pseudo satellite, or you can say unmanned pseudo satellite by the name CATS. HAL has developed CATS. What is CATS? It is Combined Air Teaming System. All right. I repeat, Combined Air Teaming System is CATS, and this is your what? Unmanned pseudo satellite. All right. So if we look at about the key points regarding this particular information, in a first of its kind in the world, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited or HAL is developing a futuristic altitude unmanned pseudo satellite named Combined Air Teaming System CATS. Also remember, this can carry ammunition with it. So it is a pseudo satellite, that means it will be revolving around the earth at a height of 70,000 feet for 2 to 3 months without the help of any human. Alright, it can hit a target at a distance of 700 kilometers or can go to 350 kilometers and come back. It can also carry ammunitions and missiles if possible. Alright, so it is a full weapon system, if you can say, CATS. Then if we talk about Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, Chairman and Managing Director R. Madhavan, headquarters is in Bangalore, India. Moving on to next. Next, we will be talking about a website that has been built by India for BRICS Summit. This website was launched by Dr. S. Jaishankar. And remember, India has the chairmanship for BRICS 2021, and for 2020 it was with Russia. Alright, so recently a website has been developed by India for BRICS Summit. Alright, and for BRICS 2021 the chairmanship is with India. For 2020 it was with Russia. Alright, this was launched by whom? This website was launched by Dr. S. Jaishankar. Okay, this is the important thing. And if we talk about BRICS, it is Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. If we look at the key points, External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar launched India's BRICS, that is Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa 2021 website at the BRICS Secretariat at the Sushma Swaraj Bhavan, Delhi. Alright, then remember, this Sushma Swaraj Bhavan in Delhi has been upgraded with facilities so that this will serve as the secretariat for the BRICS Summit. India assumed the presidency of BRICS in 2021 and Russia was the chairman for BRICS 2020. Alright, so it will be held in which Bhavan also, it can be asked. It will be held in Sushma Swaraj Bhavan. All right, it will be held in Sushma Swaraj Bhavan. This will be a virtual meet. Next we'll be talking about Indian Coast Guard. The Indian Coast Guard has recently received its 17th interceptor boat, and there were total 18 interceptor boats, out of which 16 were received earlier, and this was the 17th interceptor boat. Then these all the boats are being built by which company? They are being built by L&T, that is Larsen and Toubro company. All right, so if I tell you about the questions that can be asked, ICG, that is your Indian Coast Guard, received the 17th interceptor boat. All right, interceptor boat. There were total an order of total how many boats? Of 18 boats, out of which 16 were received early, and this was the 17th interceptor boat. The name of this boat is C453, and this is being built by this was built by L&T Limited, that is Larsen and Toubro Limited. Another thing, remember that this boat or this interceptor boat will be commissioned in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. All right, so if we look at the key points, Indian Coast Guard's ICG C453 interceptor boat was commissioned in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. It is the 17th of the 18 interceptor boats which are being indigenously built by Larsen and Toubro. The ship was commissioned by Leena Nanda, Secretary, Department of Consumer Affairs. This also, remember, this is important, that this ship or this boat will be commanded by Assistant Commandant Animesh Sharma and will be based at the Chennai under the Coast Guard region. I repeat, this will be commanded by whom? Animesh Sharma ji, and he is the assistant commander. Another thing, remember that it will be deployed for the surveillance of exclusive economic zone. With the commissioning of the interceptor, C54 ICG now has 157 ships and boats and 62 aircrafts. I repeat, with this C453 boat, after receiving this C453 interceptor boat, now Indian Coast Guard has about 157 ships and boats and a total of 62 aircrafts. Do remember this information, it can be used in different places. All right, so moving on to next we'll be talking about Israel. All right, Israel is now developing a new anti-ballistic system that has been developed with the help of USA. I repeat, anti-ballistic missile system by the name of Arrow 4. It has been developed by Israel with the help of USA. And now remember that it will be the 4th country in the world to have this anti-ballistic missile system. Arrow 4. It is an anti-ballistic missile system, and this missile system has been built with the help of USA. It is of Israel, and this has been built with the help of USA. This anti-ballistic missile system is that if by chance any enemy is firing missiles on a particular area in Israel, then these missiles can take down those missiles. Then this system can take down those missiles in air itself. All right, so this has been built with the help of USA, built by Israel, and the three countries before Israel that has this anti-ballistic system is USA, Russia, and our most powerful country, India. All right, USA, then Russia, then India, and now Israel has the anti-ballistic missile system. It became the 4th country. It became the 4th country to have this anti-ballistic missile system. All right, so if we look at some of the key points regarding this topic, Israel's Missile Defense Organization and United States Missile Defense Agency has commenced work on the development of Arrow 4 anti-ballistic missile, which will be part of Israel's multi-layered ballistic missile shield. This missile defense system is weapon or a technology which is used for detecting, tracking, intercepting, destroying incoming attack missiles and other short tactical missiles in the atmosphere and in space. Another thing, remember that Arrow 4 missile shield is an advanced version of the existing Arrow 2 and Arrow 3 interceptors. Then, Israel is one of the 4 countries to have successfully developed an anti-ballistic missile system after the USA and Russia. Alright, so this is the information I was giving. Remember, Arrow for Israel, fourth country to have it. It is an anti-blasting missile system. This was previously held with USA, Russia, India, and now Israel also is having it. And this is being built with the help of USA. Alright, then next. Next is one of the most important question of this video, that Swati Mohan, she is an Indian American scientist and she was leading the NASA's Mars mission. She was helping in the guidance, navigation and other controlling of the rover. Let's remember the name, important keywords, Swati Mohan. Swati Mohan. She is an Indian American scientist. Alright, and she was helping in leading the NASA's Mars mission. Alright, now look at some of the key points regarding it. Do mark or do take the note of this particular question, it is very important. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration NASA Perseverance rover of Mars 2020 mission successfully landed on the surface of Mars. Notably, its guidance, navigation and control operations were handled by the Indian American Swati Mohan. See, this is the reason. Guidance, navigation and control operations were handled by Indian American Swati Mohan. Remember these three terms: guidance, navigation and control operations. She is responsible for the training of the GNNC team, scheduling the mission, controlling staffing for the GNNC and as well as the policies, procedures the GNSC uses in the mission control room. So she was the leading person of GNNC. Swati Mohan, remember this name, it is important. You can see her in the picture. It is very important question. So the chance of being asked this question is very high. Alright. So friends, this was our video. I hope you enjoyed our video. If you liked our video, do hit the like button, share the link with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel or if you are new to our channel, then do subscribe because it motivates us to bring a better content for you guys. Also, if you have any trouble regarding login or payment or any other issues, then you can reach to us on our mail, that is support@affairscloud.com, or you can call us on the number 9677333862 and we'll resolve your issue as soon as possible. Also, you should go and check our courses that are available at a very reasonable price and that will help you to boost your preparations for upcoming government exams. You can use the code Vikas10 to get a straight 10% discount on any purchase you make. Alright, so that's all for the day. Take care.